I'm your host, Dana Migliore. I hope you're doing well today. Let's take a moment to center our energy, center our attention, focus in our body. Take a deep breath in with me and a slow exhale out. Thank you. Today, I want to talk about effortless manifestation. So what do I mean by effortless manifestations? Well, a lot of the times when we are consciously creating reality or creating reality by default, which means you're just subject to what you see on a regular, what you experience on a regular, and you just keep this repatterned cycle on repeat. So hopefully you've broken through that. If not, you definitely want to dive deeper into my episodes and use my free resources to break free from your non-deliberate creation. But effortlessness and efforting. A lot of the times when we try manifesting something into our reality, we are putting a lot of effort, okay, into these creations. And we get wrapped up in our 3D reality. How could we not? We are human. What we see is real to us. When we need to realize there is a whole energetic quantum field that is more real than the 3D that we see. Now, it can be hard because we think action, our whole life has been telling us and showing us, monkey see, monkey do, that action creates results. Now, action is a huge part of it all. But behind the action you are taking, where are you coming from energetically? So I myself get trapped up in efforting a lot. And so this is why I'm making this episode, because this probably will resonate with you on some level. So when you're trying to create your manifestations and you are trying, you are efforting, and the energy that's behind the action isn't of a vibration, it isn't of a frequency that matches your end result, the desired result that you want from putting in that action. Have I lost you? Hopefully not. So let me play that back for you. So a lot of the times when we're trying to create our reality, manifest something we want, we have to put in action. And we are taught that action gets results. And now action is a big part of it. But let's take a veil behind the word action. Let's peel back the veil a little bit. Let's peel back some of the layers of action. Where is our energy at when we take the action? A lot of the times we are in a vibration, we are in a frequency that is not matching our desired outcome from that action we are taking. And so this is what I call efforting, because efforting doesn't really feel good. Effortlessness sounds good, right? And when you say it even sounds lighter. You get relief from saying effortlessness than efforting. I gotta do this thing. And so that's another thing. So I got to. When we switch I got to or I have to I get to, you're switching your perception, which can definitely help change the vibration and frequency you're taking action from. Energy is a crucial step when you are becoming that deliberate creator. When you're saying, okay, now I want to create this. I am now realizing I am the creator of my experience. And I've created a lot of things I like, and I've created a lot of things I don't like, but now I want to go create this. So when you're at that point where you realize what it is you want to manifest, let's take a step back and start asking ourselves, what energy are we in before we take action? So you have to, if you want to become a business owner, you're going to have to take certain steps to start a business. Okay? And so before you go taking those steps, ask yourself, where's my energy at? Am I in an energy of lack, of time shortage, stress, worry? Because those vibrations, those frequencies are not energy and frequencies that are going to match your desired outcome from taking this action. Now, there is a gestating period. So let's say you've taken action and you're really stressed out taking that action and you didn't get the results you wanted from that action. You can still sit within yourself, raise your frequency and energy and vibration in the quantum, in your mind, in your inner essence of yourself, and still change outcomes from that previous action you took. I just want you to know that. But to make this more powerful, to make your manifestations come faster, to make your manifestation be the end result you want it to be, if you check in with yourself where your energy's at before you start taking your action and trying to alleviate the low vibrations, the low frequencies before taking the action, you are going to skyrocket your manifestation success rate. That's just known to be true from every single spiritual leader, personal development leader out there. They all talk about manifestation. And they're all manifestation experts in my eyes. They may not call themselves that, but they realize they are the creator of their experience. And so it really comes down to where's your energy at. It's always going to be about energy. Now, how do we figure out where our energy at is by the indication through our emotion. Again, I'm going to bring up emotion every single time in every episode because that is your guide. That is your compass. That is your way of understanding the energy you're in. It is a pre-manifestation to know that that energies might bring a result of that similar emotion. And that's why it's so powerful for you to be aware, have enough self-awareness to understand where you are at energetically, where you are with your emotions prior to putting in all that effort. And that's what's going to make the difference between feeling effortlessness and feeling like you're efforting. I gotta get this done. This is the result I want. You really have to tune in and become self-aware and take note of your energy. So do you actively meditate? Now, just for the purpose of today's episode, I want you to take your definition of what meditation means to you. And I want you to just put that aside right now. And I want you to adopt a new meaning of meditation. Meditation is getting to know thyself, being familiar with what is going on within you, being present enough in the moment that you are not distracted by the things going on around you, things that have already happened, things that are going to happen, and you are just in your now, tuning to you and being aware of what's residing inside. Let's do a quick exercise right now. Take a moment with me. Get comfortable if you can, depending on where you're listening or watching. And just take a moment. Let a breath out. Get centered. Close your eyes. What is currently inside of you? Is your mind wandering? What is it thinking about? Something you need to do? Something that happened? What's there? Okay. Now open your eyes. Now, couldn't you just take a few moments throughout your day and stop and center and ask yourself what's going on with you inside? There is a whole inner world inside of you. You can see with your eyes closed. you can hear without moving your mouth to speak? Where do you think that's coming from? That is the internal essence of you, which I like to call your inner being. We call it the soul, our higher self, our higher consciousness. We can create from within. When we go into that spot within us and we notice what's going on energetically, there are patterns that are on repeat. Some of these are good and some of these are not good for our healing and our evolution. And so again, the definition of meditation is just to take the time to know thyself. Take time to go within and identify what's going on within you. And to take it that next step further and begin deliberately creating from within and watching how your life unfolds on the outside from the internal changes that you've made on the inside. When you dedicate how you now see the world and how you interact with the world, this is what is going to make the difference between things feeling effortless and getting the results you want compared to when you're efforting and the results not really panning out the way you want it to. So I ask you, do you think you can dedicate some more time in your life to meditation, to knowing thyself? I could meditate while creating this episode. You know, meditation doesn't have to be this whole thing where we do set time aside, where we do have a specific location we go to where we can't be bothered. You know, sometimes life doesn't call for us to set out this specific time that we need for ourselves to know thyself. But you can just take 30 seconds to a minute of your time and close your eyes and go inward and see what's going on. That is also meditation. That is getting to know thyself. And so maybe beyond this episode, when you're done and you're going about your day, maybe you'll take that new definition of meditation with you. And you won't feel so strapped for time to have a dedicated practice. You could know that you could take 30 seconds to a minute anytime throughout your day to go inward. It is very important to know that. And I hope you utilize that. I utilized that earlier today. And I will be utilizing that later on this evening. And I want to give a shout out to my boy, Jairus Lavelle, for inspiring this episode today. Because I found my state of energy in one of efforting. I was like, this morning, a lot of me felt to set up the camera, to set up the lighting, to set up me being centered right in the middle of the screen, had a lot of effort. And that efforting to just do that physical part almost made me not want to show up to do the episode. But when I took time for meditation, which was just really going inward for a moment and asking myself, where is that coming from? Is that the energy I want to play with? Is that the energy you want to play with? Again, you can take any moment. You can pause this video. You can go inward again and close your eyes. And just ask yourself what you're feeling. You might hear thoughts right away when you close your eyes. You might not. If you don't ask yourself how you're feeling, because what you're thinking when you hear the thoughts within your mind, you'll know. If nothing's happening and you're not hearing anything, but you have a feeling, a sense of being, what is that? Is it good? Is it bad? Because really there's only two emotions, good and bad, but we have a million different names for them depending on, what's co-inspiring in your life. Is it stress? Is it anger? Is it that? There's good and bad. So is it good or is it bad? And if it's bad, so what? It's just a pattern. It's just where you are. It doesn't mean you are bad. It doesn't define who you are, but it is alerting you to the energy, the vibration that you are in. And it is that pre-manifestational time to ask yourself, do I want more of this? And if the answer is no, change your direction. Change your focus and attention to something else. And the best thing I love to do, and it sounds like a broken record every time, is I like to look around where I am in my now moment and pick 5 things to feel appreciation for. If I did that right now, one of them would be this microphone. I am so appreciative of this. I bought this years ago to make music. And I still have this. And now I'm using it as a way to speak my message to the world. I am super grateful for that. I'm grateful for the lighting I have behind me so you can actually see me. I'm grateful for my desk that I have here. There's so many things. I'm grateful for my body being able to sit on this chair long enough so I can record this episode. I'm grateful for my fingers so I can press buttons to make this a lot easier for me. And see, the more I start, so it could be difficult in the beginning because you kind of just feel like you're stupid pointing out things like, duh, yeah, you're grateful for it. But to really start feeling appreciation for it is different than just listing it. And so I encourage you to use that next time you find yourself in an energy you don't want to be in, or you notice you are efforting. I want you to stop. I want you to look around. And I want you to place your appreciation on 5 things around you. You could be riding the city bus and still do this. You don't have to be in your home where all your things are. Just find things to appreciate. Is it the air you're breathing? Not to mention the abundance of air. If we started to believe that the same beliefs we have about the air we breathe and how unlimited that is, and we started taking that same way of thinking towards the income we make. I know it's strange, right? What do you mean? It flows the same. It flows the same. We create the limitations based on our experience, based on what we were taught, based on what we see from others. And so then it limits us. Imagine we did that with the air that we breathe. We would all be gasping for air and needing air tanks to breathe. Thank God we don't do it with the air. But the same way that there's unlimited abundance for the air you breathe, is the same unlimited abundance for income, for longevity of life, for health. It's just learning to understand that we can go inward and create the energy there, then demand 2,000 hours of action to get this end result and this efforting, and it didn't work out the way I wanted. Then spending 20 seconds in a powerful, positive visualization within us about something. That's where your power lies. Never forget that it's inside of us that we create from. And how you're going to decipher the difference between efforting and effortlessness manifestations comes from being aware, knowing thyself through meditation, and changing the energy before you dive in to take that action. Make that your practice from now until next week. To take a minute, take 30 seconds, Go inward. Ask yourself where you are. And if it's not the good and it is the bad, then refocus. Take that extra time to decipher where your energy is at. And know that all is well with you. Everything is always working out for you. And for the highest interest of all parties involved. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really do appreciate the time and the energy that you spend with me. I hope you implement a lot of these techniques and simple ways of changing your energy into your daily routine. Because this is what's going to decipher the difference between your effortlessness manifestations and our efforting to take action and not getting the results that we want. Make sure to like this video if it resonated with you. Share with me in the comments something that really spoke to you. And share this video with somebody that you love and you feel would benefit from hearing the messages that I delivered here today. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Much love.
Did you like this episode? If so, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Are you an expert at creating your own reality? Do you have a story to tell that drastically changed your life? If so, message me at Dream Creation Podcast on Instagram and don't forget to leave a review.